Hello.
You're supposed to start the 5 Heart podcast intro.
Didn't I do that just now?
No, you're supposed to say, welcome to the 5 Heart. I don't know. I haven't been on this for so long, and I don't do the intro.
Welcome to the 5 Heart at Coronation. We talk Husker sports live every Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Central Time, all year long with super fans across the nation. I'm Minnie Hunt, and with me I have our creator, John Johnston.
Our creator?
That part was ad-libbed.
So, how you been, Minnie?
I'm great. I'm here. And it's nice to take a break from politics. Oh, yes. I've spent the last week in fun in the sun, so I'm ready to get back at it.
You know what I've been doing?
What have you been up to?
Do I look tired? Just say yes. Yes.
Not any more than usual.
Oh, in other words, I always look tired. You know what? I have spent the last since Monday afternoon playing EA Sports college football. Tuesday morning, my wife came downstairs at 7 a.m. The PS5 was on, EA College Sports was on, and she goes, "Is this going to be a problem?" And I was like, "No." Well, that was a lie. And so actually my rotten son is in the next room playing it. And, it's been, nobody told me that this would be a soul crushing game. I thought we were go ahead.
You also said you weren't going to do the advanced copy. Do you remember saying that?
I lie. I lied. Sometimes I lie. No, I don't. Yes, I'm thinking of running for office. Anyway, this game it's a good game. I'm a gamer. I like games.
Oh.
But I also recognize the fact that I'm not very good at a lot of them because I'm slow. And this game does not, if you're slow, it just kicks the shit out of you. You have to be like this, be able to recognize stuff going on in front of you. I know there's TV shows out there that have always depicted gamers as some fat guy with acne. You can't do that and play a lot of these games. You have to be like,
nimble,
present in the moment,
and quick,
and
very quick.
Yeah, quick mind. And it's I don't really have a quick mind, and it's been an ass kicking. It's been fun. I like the game. I think it's it's a wonderful. Right now, it's one of the best games in the history of all games. But
yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I know most people won't get this when I say this, but I saw somebody on Twitter say this is the Dark Souls of sports games. And if you're not a gamer, Dark Souls is a game that's. I played it for 2 minutes and said that I will never play this because it is so hard to play and be successful at that you have to be really good at it. And it's not a game I'd play, but the football game it's been fun.
There's no hope for me at all. You think you're bad? Maybe you and I should play each other because maybe I would actually have a shot. I played the game Wordle today, like the actual game where you have to write things out with my daughter, who's 15. She smoked me. No competition whatsoever. So I'm right in your league.
You know why that is? Is because when you have teenagers, for God's sakes, they make you insane anyway.
I'm like, I hate her. And her beauty, her intelligence. I hate it all.
Wow. Okay, Fred Sacco says Minnie is doing a bathroom video now.
I know. No, it doesn't look like. Okay, if this is a bathroom, please let me.
It's a really big bathroom. It's like a bathroom you could live in.
This is my sister-in-law's beach house. I'm still on vacation. So is Greg, by the way.
Yes.
But he's not with us tonight. So
Okay.
John and I are going to steer the ship.
Fred Sacco says, is it legit that good? Clips I saw looked okay. Cleaner animations and sharper graphics, but it is legit good. I think it is. You know what? I bought Madden once, and I didn't really play it very much because there's just too much crap, and I just want to play football. I don't care about little celebration dances, shit like that. I don't care. They have a nice intro for Nebraska, and some people have bitched about, well, the Reds off or something like. I just want to play football with the game. And I think for that, it's very good. I mean, the options are, there's a huge amount of variety in the teams you can be, different play modes, things like that. I think it's actually, yes, it's very good. Is it need adjustment? Yeah, it needs adjustments. I mean, my son keeps pointing out on some RPOs the guys don't block anybody or they block the wrong person. You know, it's so there's probably adjustments that need to be done to it. But in terms of, put it this way, anybody who does gaming knows that the first release of a game these days, especially a really large game like EA College Sports, is really shit for about a year. And after a year, they finally work all the bugs out of it, and then it becomes a decent game. There's lots of examples of that. EA is very famous for putting out just crap that becomes better after bug releases. I think they did a very good job with this on the first release compared to
They've been working on it for a long time, right?
for what we've seen for gaming lately. It's a very good release. So there you go. And I didn't even get paid to say that. The hell, you had a schedule up here. I have the notes.
I do. But first, I wanted to say hello, Clay Castleder. And he says, go Big Red. And then Jason Reeves. Hello, Jason Reeves. He says, woohoo! Memorial Stadium made number 16 on ESPN's bullshit list of top stadiums. I didn't know that. Did you?
I saw awesome. It. Here's the thing with this. Nebraska, listen, Nebraska gets very little respect in this college football game, too. And to be honest with you, we've had 7 losing seasons in a row. We're second only to Vanderbilt with 10 losing seasons in a row. We have a brand name. We are still a blue blood. That whole argument went around the internet. But we got to earn back respect. Okay? You can't just all these sports writers and media people got burned for 2 years in a row when they said Scott Frost is going to come to Nebraska. Maybe his first year will be rough, but then they're going to be really good because that was their expectations. So they kept predicting Nebraska have good seasons, and we turned to shit. We were worse shit than we were before he got here. So you have to earn that stuff back. And, you don't just get to say you're better than LSU's Tiger Stadium or I don't remember the other stadiums, Clemson's Death Valley, the big house at Michigan, Ohio's Horseshoe, the house that that Harley built. We got to earn that back. And, it starts this season. It does start this season. It starts this season. Did I say that enough? Want me to say it one more time? I love that.
No, say it again.
It starts this season, 2024. Sons of bitches.
There you go. And Jason Rogers says, Jason, all I see is room for improvement.
My wife says that to me sometimes. Like every day. Anyway.
Well, Jason and Justin, guys, since we last spoke, guess what? Last Friday, our AD, Troy Dannon, made all of our dreams come true when he announced that the turf field is going to be changed to an all-natural grass field at Memorial Stadium. And we know Matt Rule has been pushing for this. Grass fields are safer for all athletes. Go ahead. No, you.
No, you have it. You have it down. I'm just going to blurp. Go ahead.
Please. I like your blurps. Less shock means less wear and tear on joints and less muscle fatigue. Grass has a natural cooling element, disinfecting qualities, and it's compared to turf, just better for development. And I wanted to look at the injuries last year that we had on turf. And this is just a small amount. We had torn ACLs by IGC and Marcus Washington. We had knee injuries by Maverick Noonan and Ethan Piper, a dislocated hip by Gabe Irvin Jr. And didn't Luke Reimer also dislocate his hip at one point? And then we had the foot problem with Turner Corcoran and an ankle sprain. And I think somebody else had a bolt put in their ankle. So this is going to help tremendously. The risk of all lower extremity injuries on turf is 27% higher overall. Knee injuries, it increases on turf 46%, and foot and ankle 68%. So we need this. This is going to be a great thing. Plus it'll be,
I just think I remember when turf came out and they kept saying how much better it was than natural grass. And I think that, Kenny Bell, if I remember right, on Twitter has been vocal about, wanting natural grass. And, you made one comment in there. I can tell you this, grass is natural cooling. I can tell you from being down on the field, like September games, being down there as a photographer, when you walk, there's like a room for photographers. It's over in the corner of the stadium and on the ground floor. And you come out of that room and you walk onto the field, the temperature goes up probably 10 to 15 degrees. And I can remember being down there for one of the first two Scott Frost games, and it was like 107 degrees, 105 degrees temperature on the field. So, when you're up in the stands, you have airs moving around and stuff like that. But on the field, I mean, it gets really just so if that's cooler, I think that would be better it'd be better for everybody.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever watch King of the Hill?
You mean with the guy that sold propane and propane accessories?
Yeah. Can you read this in the King of the Hill voice?
Oh my God. I can't. Jason Ray says propane. Wait a minute. I don't remember the voices. What is it? Boomhauer? Propane better than that grass. Tell you that. Tell you what. I don't remember those.
That was really good. Well. That was really good. You did good. I tell you what. See,
Boomhauer.
I'm here in
Dale. There's Dale.
I'm here in North Carolina, so that's how everyone talks around here.
Oh, that's probably true.
That was a good one. Jason Reeves also says, grass is good. The numbers demonstrate that there are fewer injuries. I asked this on another pod. UNL has always led the way in turf technology, both on the field and in the classroom. Yeah, because we're an agricultural school. But, I think the reason why we went to turf is because they thought it would make us faster.
Is that it, or is it cheaper?
No, it was supposed to be state of the art. It was going to make us faster.
Well, I mean, it is, the old turf was I can't believe players even wanted to play on that. It was just, skin burns all over the place. The newer turf with the little, have you ever been down there and you see all the little pebbles in it and all that kind of stuff? I mean, I can see where that would be a lot better than the old turf, but I have natural grass. I don't know how natural grass works. Do you just roll it out there as sod and pick it up later? I know that they probably can't have their concerts and events if they want to with people, unless they're going to do something where they replace the floor during the off season with, whatever can be used with turf. And then they pull that up and put grass. I have no idea how. We should find a grass expert.
Well, I like
not the that kind of grass expert, but the actual grass, lawn grass, whatever.
It's Nebraska football at the Voice of College Football says it's more aesthetically pleasing too. That could be another factor. True. it just looks better, and it's softer with the wind. There's all kinds of benefits. He says less maintenance. Very good
Is it
point.
less maintenance than turf?
I mean, it would be a kind of a hassle to have to replace sections of turf and get it just right, because you would have to basically sew it together. I don't know.
Fred
Now,
Sacco says
yeah,
we were the first field turf team, I believe. Still beat old AstroTurf. I almost broke my ankles on that shit. What were you doing, Fred? We want to know what you were doing when you almost broke your ankles.
well,
He says turf is less maintenance. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Fred Sacco also said our former head coach had some lower extremity injuries on turf.
Okay.
Jeez, Fred. We missed you, Fred. Well,
So what else has
see.
been going on? All I've been paying attention to is college football. EA Sports. It's in the game.
That's probably a good thing.
I
There's a
I am
disaster
doing
going on outside.
I am doing I am doing history videos. I'm still doing those. So but they're not Nebraska related.
What?
Well,
What
my
kind of
most
history
recent
videos?
one my most recent one is about a man named Chick Harley. And Chick Harley is a name that almost nobody knows. But Chick Harley, here's the thing. I'll do a quick history segment. Chick Harley was the first player for Ohio State that actually put them on the map. In 1916, he was an All-American. They joined. Ohio State didn't join the Big Ten or the Western Conference until 1916, and they won their conference in the first year. At that time, Michigan wasn't in the Western Conference because they were pissy. I could go into that. But in 1919, Ohio State gets their first win over Michigan. And it's a big deal to Ohio State because it puts them on the map. And this guy was so good that he helped raise $1.3 million back then for them to build Ohio Stadium. But he is very forgotten because after he starts becoming, after college, he gets diagnosed with what's called dementia precox, which we now know as schizophrenia. And he basically kind of disappears and spends most of his life in a sanitarium. I'm going to say it's a really amazing story that almost nobody outside Ohio State knows. And I'd even challenge that a lot of Ohio State people don't know their own history. But those are the kind of history videos I'm doing because nobody knows college football history. And I'm going to know it, by God, and teach you all about it, even if you don't want to know.
I love that. I love that so much. Okay, just so you know, Blank Hole says very romantic lighting, Jon.
I work on things.
And let's see here. I wanted to show, okay, please like the video. And if you feel so inclined, subscribe to Corn Nation and become part of our family, because we're only some like 200 subscriptions away from 10,000. And that would help us out. As well as, you all know this, to buy Jon's book, Been Dead, Never Been to Europe. Can you tell us a little
I should put the graphics
about
for
that,
the
Jon?
other ones in here.
You should.
I should, especially the one for the mystery of the dent in my head.
So, Jon, did you hear the latest about our new offensive analyst and recruiting coordinator? Oh my gosh. This is good.
I'm waiting for you to tell me.
Oh, well, you're going to be so impressed. Okay. We got this guy named Jamar Mosey, the guy on the right, obviously. His son's the guy on the left, Isaiah Mosey. He was the head coach at Lee Summit North in Missouri, one of the top high schools. And his connections with kids is really kind of a bonus. not only does he know football and he's a great coach and analyst, but he has a son, Isaiah, who did commit to Oregon, I think in June. But, it's possible that he might be able to, now that his dad is so close to being able to work with, maybe he might come to Nebraska because we did offer him.
Well, everybody in Missouri knows him though.
Yeah, in Kansas.
Well, we could pull players out of Missouri. That'd be okay with me. Because I still, I haven't thought about Missouri for a long time, but I still hate them.
You do?
It was because of the first EA Sports college football game, the EA Sports College Football 14, where Nebraska and Missouri played for a rivalry trophy. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't either. I am a lifelong Nebraska fan, and I did not know that Nebraska and Missouri used to play for the Nebraska-Missouri Bell. They played for a bell, and we beat Missouri like, I don't know, 20 years in a row, 28 years in a row, and nobody ever talked about it. And it came up when I was playing EA Sports the first game, and I was like, "Whoa, who knew?" So there's still a lot of, if I would love to see us play Missouri again, so we just beat the shit out of them or something.
Yeah, that would be really
fun.
good.
Maybe they can
awesome.
Maybe if they got good enough, they could join us in the college football playoff system this year, and there you go. We kick their ass that way.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we also, this past week, just a couple days ago, got another blue chip, 4-star Bryson Webber. He's the number 176 player overall on ESPN. And I think this could mean more commits, like the number 92 overall in the country, Christian Jones, who's from Westside in Omaha.
Wouldn't he be a guy that, wait a minute. You have in your notes, it says fishing with T.O. and this guy from Texas.
Oh, would you like to see? This is my kind of guy, a guy who wants to go. Let's see, will it come up? I don't know how to, sorry guys, take me just 1 second. Oh,
what are you trying to do?
know. I'm just trying to show the picture that I have for it.
Oh,
I know.
We normally put those in overlays.
Oh, that's not how Greg showed me how to do it.
Well,
Here we go. One? There it is. That one. How cool is that?
That is, who would go fishing with Tom Osborne?
I would.
Well, I mean, who would get the opportunity? You know what I mean? It's not like I could call up and go, "Can Tom go fishing today?" And then go fishing with him. I'm sure he'd look at me and go, "You talk too much. I am not going fishing with you at all." And that's,
you know, one of the things that Tom Osborne is trying to invest in is, the relationships with the younger kids. And I think that's why he's so just willing to do something like this. I think it's awesome. And the fact that Bryson Webber took him up on it, how cool is that?
Well, that is kind of cool. By the way, I mean, Tom Osborne, I hope I'm still moving well. Because I said I wasn't going to bring this up, but I what I did about the beginning of June, I went out and I tried to start my lawnmower and I stepped and I turned my right knee and I felt something pop. And since then I haven't exercised with it. I didn't get it looked at before I went to Canada because I didn't want some doctor going, "You can't go to Canada fishing with, some medical issue." So I ignored it. And then tomorrow I go to physical therapy to try to fix my knee. But the thing is, you get older and Tom Osborne's still moving around, taking kids fishing. That's pretty impressive. Because, he had heart problems too, all the way back in the early 80s. And for him to, he's still got it going. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's move on. You were talking about Christian Jones from Westside. Shouldn't he be an automatic commitment to Nebraska because he's from Omaha?
And his buddies have already committed. But this kid, like I said, he's number 2 overall in the country. Everybody wants him. So,
I
we
would
just
play
need.
that. I mean, if I was number 2 in the country, I'd be. You know what? I'd be visiting places. That's what I'd be. I'd go down to Georgia and go, can I go bass fishing with Kirby Smart? What the hell?
Oh my gosh. I like how Justin's always got our back here. He says, Justin Raji, he says, yes, all the Twitter watchers, come over and subscribe and join chat. See, what a nice invitation. That's why we have the best, the super fans. That's what I call you guys.
I thought they were the Chatterfields.
They are that too.
Okay,
They're
that's Greg.
the Chatterfields and super fans and just cool people, cool kids.
Okay, next.
You want to get
what's
through
on
this,
the list?
right? Okay. Well, we also have William Hawthorne that we're still hoping, and so like Bryson Webber, makes it even more plausible that somebody like William Hawthorne from Iowa. Remember this kid? Do you remember him? You want to see a
No, I
picture?
don't remember anything. The whole EA Sports College Football has consumed my mind.
Taken over your brain.
It is. I'm not even making that up.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I don't know if this is a picture of him or not. No, this is a beautiful picture of Memorial Stadium at night.
It is. How about this one? This one.
Oh my gosh. You're just going to go through all my pictures.
This is a
great one.
This is Christian Jones.
That's Christian Jones. Yep.
Nice looking young man.
Oh, he's built. His thighs are this big around. Can't see the lower half, but he's built. Well, Bryson Webber is the 3rd blue chip for the class of 2025. We have quarterback TJ Lateef from California, and we also have Jamarian Parker. He's number 2 in A66. From Missouri.
Missouri.
Is that not where he's from?
I don't. You wrote it down.
Well, you know what? I'm on vacation, so I don't have a printer here.
It's the
so
one.
I'm going by my notes. I had to handwrite.
Okay.
I had to handwrite it, and then I typed it out for you or anybody that wanted to join. Did I get it wrong?
No, I have no idea. I literally, names, college football. I'm pushing through this so I can go play again. I'll be honest, just so I can get my ass kicked again. It's just, I tried. Here's the thing. I played Road to Glory. You can play Road to Glory. You can be like this, a high school kid that tries to get a scholarship, and you can pick like you're an elite player, or you can pick you're not a very good player at all, underdog. And I picked underdog because I thought, well, I'm already not very good anyway, so I might as well be underdog. And by God, it's just it's soul crushing. I picked Northwestern because Northwestern was so bad that I could get on the depth chart as a quarterback from, at Northwestern. And I got and I sat out the entire first year and didn't play at all. And you have these things in the game where you have to work on your academics and your experience. And then I finally got in and I played like one season for Northwestern, and none of the receivers could catch the ball. And I said, fuck you, Northwestern. And I transferred. I got in the portal. This my player, Biggity Fats. I got in the portal and I transferred to Georgia Southern, and by God, their receivers can catch the ball.
Now, seriously, why would you do that? That is just, and you actually had the nerve to come on here and tell us about that?
But you can be
I
anything you
feel
want.
like you're kind of betraying us by doing that.
You know what? I have actually thought about playing as Iowa.
Oh
Because
my gosh.
as
That's
part
it.
of this game, you can go on, you can be in dynasty mode and go online and play. And I'm thinking, if I go online and play other people, I am going to be so bad. If I play at Nebraska, I'm going to get just slaughtered like 84-3. And if I played as Iowa and I lost like that, I would be like, yeah, kick my ass. And then, it'd be a lot more fun. Because I'm not going to pretend that I'm ever going to be really good at this, because I'm just not, so
Because you're
I can't do this that fast.
okay.
When I got diagnosed with the brain
So
injury,
you
I
transferred to
had to
Georgia. Never mind.
Georgia
Okay.
Southern. Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
I could be
Excuse
the
me.
starting quarterback at Georgia Southern, and you know what? They run a spread, and it's fine. And you can be whatever you want. It's kind of like you start up Skyrim, and you're a cat person, the Khajiit. You can be whatever you want in these games. I play as a female sometimes. It's all right.
What? What? You can play as a
not in
female?
football, but other games. It's a
Oh.
game. You can just be, you could be an orc magician. There you go.
Matt Rule is actually having the first female football camp coming up. I think
That's
it's
good.
next week.
Are
I
you
actually
going?
considered flying both. Well, because of the ages, only 2 of my daughters could go. And I thought, how cool would that be? It actually would be a fun experience, but one of them's already at camp during that time. So, and Melissa did verify he is from Missouri. Thank you, Melissa. Can always count on Melissa. And then Fred also said, it'll be I'll be cold and dead in the ground before I recognize Missouri as a state.
Well, does he recognize Missouri?
Or misery?
Yeah.
I've heard that. Man, I think a lot of people actually want to play you in college football.
You know what? I am thinking of joining. The Solid Verbal they have a Patreon, and they're setting up their own dynasty league. And today I said, well, I'll join this, and everybody can get free wins. And it's important that you understand your place in the world. Everybody needs to. One of the hardest things about life is figuring out where you belong in the world. And years ago, I figured out exactly where I belong in the world, and that is to give everybody that I meet, everybody I kind of come in contact with, to give somebody to feel better than.
Well, yes, I see that. As Jason Reeves calls you Grandpa Simpson. I don't know why.
Well, because, Grandpa Simpson, he always did that. He's the yells at cloud guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
But that's very kind of you. But I think that
I'm a giver. I'm a
you
giver.
can
I'm a giver. You want a free win? You want to feel better about here you go. Play me in the college football game. You can kick my ass.
Oh my
I'll only have to get
gosh.
more counseling after that. So, whatever. My daughter constantly tells me I need to go to counseling anyway. No, therapy. She says therapy. Is it different? Is there a difference between counseling and therapy?
No, I think it's the same thing.
Well, there you go. Number 6. We're on number 6.
Well, just hold on. Hold your horses. Fred Zacco did answer your question. He said it was because remember you asked him how he injured himself on turf. PE class at Uno playing soccer, and they made me guard the Italian exchange student. She almost broke my ankles and my heart. Oh. Poor Fred.
Did she break his heart, or did she almost break his heart?
I think she broke his heart and almost his ankles. Poor Fred.
And then he comes back and says, I play Jon on Xbox if he buys me a new Xbox. I'm not buying you a new Xbox, for God's sake. I bought the newest PS5 because it's a really good. Here's the thing, and I don't mean to turn this whole thing into a gaming show. I think there is more value, and for me at least, owning a game console than anything else on the planet. Paid $500 for a PS5. I paid $100 for EA college football to get it early. And I can guarantee you that compared to the other events, the other things that you will spend money on for entertainment, that there's more value in this than almost anything else you can buy. I mean, you can buy a game for $60 and put 200-300 hours into it easy. Cyberpunk 2077 is absolutely fabulous, great game, great graphics on the PS5. That's what I bought the PS5 originally for. And I have put, tons of hours into this thing. Compare that to go to a sporting event where you're going to pay shit tons for a ticket, or go to the theater and you're going to pay a lot of money for, movie tickets and popcorn that'll probably give you a heart attack. And I just think game consoles they're worth the money. I mean, if you're a gamer.
Nebraska football at the Voice of College Football says I'm a PC gamer and it didn't come out on PC, and he's big sad.
Yeah, I think they're gonna wait and see what happens. I think number one, I think EA is probably shocked at how popular this is, because it's just been everything on Twitter lately has been this, and it was a good time to release it in July because there's not a lot else going on. There's media days. The SEC just had their media days. I don't know if anybody paid attention to that. The Big 12 had their media days, and there's not a lot going on. But I can imagine. Now think about this for a moment. I saw where they made $70 million on EA's college. EA made $70 million on Monday night from all the people that were bought it early and were playing the game early. And I think in the big scheme of things for video games, $70 million really isn't that much money compared to all the money that goes into build something like this. So we'll see what happens I'm not a PC gamer. And the reason for that is this. I work in IT, obviously, and my computers are not gaming systems at all, ever. They're for work. And then the PS5 console is over there. So I clearly separate work from gaming.
So is this true? $500 for a new console?
For a PS5. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can get deals maybe to knock them down a little bit, but yeah, budget $500 for a new console. But like I said, I had a PS4 and I thousands and thousands and thousands of hours went into that for playing Skyrim and playing New Horizon, the Horizon games. When I take a break from work, I walk over and I typically play my PS5 for a while, or So
Xboxes are cheaper because they're not as good.
Well, I can tell you the PS5's, the graphics are amazing, and it's a really excellent game console. And I don't know anybody else who's a 60-year-old gamer, so some of this is.
Yeah, I don't think I know very many 60-year-old gamers either.
Yeah. That's one of the things about it. That's why everybody gets to kick my ass, because they're like, oh, I'm playing the slow old guy that's got the skills of a drunk slob. Okay.
Poor Jon. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
the good news, what the good news is?
What's
I used to be faster, just a little bit. I was never very fast. Okay. I was going to say earlier, when I got diagnosed with my brain injury, I had to take what is called a neuropsych evaluation. Okay. And what it is it's a cognitive test. And cognitive abilities are things like verbal memory, written memory, visual memory, motor control is one of those things, but they're all the different cognition that your brain has to do for you to function as a human being. And my results for motor control were not the best, and that's what I can blame it on.
Okay. Well,
it's
that's
not
fair.
my fault. I go to hit the O and it hits the triangle and I throw interceptions.
I just want you to just like video yourself playing a game, and I can envision it now. You're screaming a lot, swearing a lot. You threaten
Well,
to throw
yes,
things.
but I've thought about the TV. I thought about doing some, uh, streaming, and
Well, you know,
who wants
next
to watch somebody that's terrible do this?
somebody like me.
Okay,
I'm a fan. I'm a
maybe I'll
fan of college
reconsider it.
football, but yeah. And I think a lot of people here would like to watch you play and just know that they could beat you. Because, right? Isn't that what you're here for, Jon? To be,
That is
what
true.
is it?
See, I can, yes,
Fred
that is true.
Sacco
So,
says, Jon the Giver Johnston. I think I
oh
did
my
see
God.
that in a bathroom stall in Missouri once.
Fine, I'll try to
Ah,
figure out how to set up a live stream.
that would be fun.
Uh, what I still there is so much to this game. I'm still playing Road to Glory. I've only a little bit gotten into Dynasty, and listen, the whole people playing at the Heisman level, which is like the highest level. I will never do this unless you want it to be complete comedy. You could try that, but yeah. Anyway,
Guys,
okay.
look
What?
look who's in the house. Who knew? I didn't even think he knew how to do this. David Charles Hunt Jr. Wonder who that is.
Who is that?
That's Dylan Hunt, otherwise known as Dylan Hunt. He says, I like giving all my money to Ticketmaster. I have no idea where that came from, but at least he's here. He's visiting.
Wow.
That was nice.
Okay,
All right.
what's next? What's next, master of the show?
We have wide receiver coach Garrett McGuire. He interviewed on Sports Nightly the other night, and he told us that Isaiah Garcia Castaneda is clocking 22 miles per hour on his GPS.
Is that good?
That's insane.
Is it?
Yeah. That's almost as fast. I think that I looked it up once. The fastest human can run like 25 miles per hour.
Okay, Usain Bolt runs at approximately 27.8 miles per hour.
There you go. There
Okay,
you go.
well,
Fastest.
I think I went 5 or 6 once. When I was younger and had to run from the police, I could be fairly dodgy,
Oh
Anyway.
my gosh. I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's really fast. And we're happy because remember, he had a torn ACL last year.
Yes, we did.
So on other wide receivers, Jalen Lloyd, he says he's not just a package receiver anymore, that he's really embraced the role. And now he's more like, he has the whole picture. Third down, wide receiver. He can do it all. Janarian Bonner.
That guy, That guy, Jalen Lloyd and Thomas Fidone, I think that those are going to be our two pass reception stars, and I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to say I can't wait for football season because you shouldn't wish your life away. But I think that we are going to have a lot of fun this year getting our way to the college football playoff.
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
And another person helping us is Janarian Bonner. He moved from fullback to wide receiver this past year. And they said he has a physical presence because he's a big guy. Jamal Banks, remember the transfer from Wake Forest? He sets the tone at 6'4", and he's able to get open. And then we all got to see what Isaiah Nayer did in the spring game. And
I got to see what Isaiah Nayer can do in EA college sports football. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Did he run all over you?
What? No, I play as Nebraska. You can do play now and you can play as Nebraska. That's where I play as Nebraska as. And Nair, he seems like a guy to target in that game. Him and Fidone, I target them the most.
Well, Nebraska football at the Voice of College Football says Bonner will be a great blocker on the edge. Absolutely. And then Jason Reeves follows it up by Lloyd is developing nicely. I love this. See, look at everyone is so educated here. All right. And then we have, like you were saying, Isaiah Nair, but his coach said he changed the whole outlook of the room. And that's exactly what we needed. A player just like that can take the ball literally and run with it. Right?
Yes. Oh my God, I choked myself to death. You said Isaiah Nair and I got all choked up. I'm looking forward to these guys. Yeah.
Me too. I mean, we have some wide receivers and tight ends.
What are we going to do? You know, I sell run the fucking ball shirts. What am I going to do with those?
Maybe you should, we'll have to think of this. I'm sure Fred could come up with something about our ex-head coach.
Balanced attack. I don't know what is the theme going to be for the offense this year? Balance, aggression,
balance.
Is it going to be balance,
aggression? Yeah. You know, they have that sign up in the locker room, RDV, relentless, disciplined, violent. Sounds scary.
Violent. Okay.
So next, as you mentioned, next week we have the Big Ten Media Days.
I think Andy Ketterson is going to Big Ten Media Days.
Yes, he is. Oh, sorry about the graphic.
That's okay.
I don't know how that got cropped like that. So yeah, we have Ben Scott, Isaac Gifford, and Ty Robinson representing us. And we're on the second day. It runs July 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So make sure you tune in on the 24th to see how our guys do. They're going to do great. They're veterans.
Do you pay attention to the other media days?
Yeah, a little to the teams I care about.
Did you see the piece with Lane Kiffin talking to Paul Feinbaum?
I actually clicked on it and I wasn't able to watch it. I heard about it. I read about it, but no.
Paul Feinbaum is a guy who rips on everybody, and he has strong opinions. And if you don't have strong opinions, people don't pay attention to you. You know, Chris Fowler said this many years ago, when he first started on ESPN. Somebody complained about his opinions being too strong. And I remember his line. He said, yeah, we have strong opinions because if we don't, they'll find somebody else that does. That's how it works. Okay. Paul Feinbaum always has strong opinions. He's always ripping somebody apart in the SEC. He's fun to make fun of because he can be kind of an asshat. And he sat down with Lane Kiffin, and Lane Kiffin really kind of ripped him apart. But, here's one thing I'll say about Paul Feinbaum. Number one, he had the guts to sit down with Lane Kiffin and talk to him. And number two, he didn't go crying like a little baby when Lane Kiffin ripped him apart. And I think that's important. Because if you're going to dish it out, you should be able to take it. If I see something nasty about Bryce Benhart, I should be able to have Bryce Benhart sit right next to me and go, you're really a piece of shit and don't know a damn thing about what you're talking about, and not turn into some defensive crying little baby about it. And I think that's, I am not a big Paul Feinbaum fan, but I think that's respectable what he did with Lane Kiffin. And this is how some of the game is played, in terms of, this is quality entertainment television. It's not about being right all the time. It's about having strong opinions, making bold predictions, being entertaining,
And it's something for people like us to talk about. Did you hear that guy? Can you believe him? He's so full of it. It's awesome. Yeah, you're right. No, I mean, like him or hate him, doesn't matter. Gives us something to talk about. Much like Nebraska Rascal says Paul Feinbaum ripping on Lincoln Riley and Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is another one. Gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
there's never a dull moment with that guy. We could talk about him. We could probably write a book. All right. So after I was getting ready for this show tonight, I noticed that we got a huge bump in. Let me just find it. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is Cade Petestrack. And On 3 wrote a thing.
Right,
yeah. Brian Munson's On 3, and Kansas State's insider Derek Young actually have him crystal ball to come to Nebraska. He's a 4-star defensive lineman, 6'5", 240 pounds from North Dakota.
that looks like a guy
them
we
apples?
could, that looks like a guy we could fall in love with.
Oh, I'm already there.
Look. Nebraska voice English. Nebraska football at the Voice of College Football says Knighton tweeted out a hint last night that he committed. So
oh my gosh,
that would be, it looks like they're doing their work and they're getting all their shit together and getting players to come to Nebraska. Despite all the losing seasons and the loss of prestige. That's pretty impressive.
I love it. And even, with Bryson Webber, we lost Evan Cooper last week. And
Right.
Tony White picks up the slack, and, if there was any, but he gets the commitment, which is awesome. And I guess I pronounced his name wrong. Cade. Did I say
Kate.
Did I say it differently?
Kate. You said Kate.
Did I say Kate?
I don't think so. I don't know.
God.
I knew who you were talking about.
I'm sorry.
I'm amazed that people understand half of the shit I say because the pronunciation issues. What are people expecting from Big Ten Media Days? That's for the commenters. What do you guys expect out of Big Ten Media Days?
Well, I think Jason Reeves expects a boy named Kate. Sorry. I just had to put that one in. All right. That's a great question. But Justin Raji has another great question. We're keeping our eye on David Sanders Jr. He's going to come back supposedly and visit Nebraska. And guys, he's not far from where I am. And I honestly considered trying to stalk that kid a little bit. He's the number 4 player in the country.
Wow.
And it's a possibility. Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, and us.
Well, I get to stalking. That's what you said, isn't it? You were going to stalk him?
Well, there's ways. There's ways. Okay. Just whisper, Nebraska.
Okay.
All right. I think that people actually had some ideas for the theme for this year. James Boardman says, hold on to the ball. Yeah, 100%. That in all caps too. And then Fred Sacco says, balanced aggression, like WWE in 2008.
There you go. Balanced aggression.
And I think there was one more. Oh, whoops, not that one. Sorry. I don't know where it went. There was a good one. Fred Sacco says, the last Paul Feinbaum video I saw, he was wiping off white residue from his lips after leaving Tuscaloosa. Oh my gosh. Fred.
He sat down with Nick Saban too, and Nick Saban said something about you tried to get me fired the last 17 years. So, I mean, Paul Feinbaum, he's like I said, at least he had the guts to sit down with people he's ripped on. Okay.
There was one
Big,
other. Dylan Raiola, the chosen one, bringing balance to Nebraska.
That's very good. That's very good, Justin. We're going to just steal that.
It's a good one. I like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Do you ever get that magazine from Phil Still?
I used to, but I like to have everything digital now because there was a point in my life I had so many things and stuff that my wife was like, you have to do something with this stuff. So everything I try to get is digital. I did not buy Phil Still stuff this year because his website is just really shitty. Honestly, it's really just crappy. It's a crappy website and it's hard to navigate and it's hard to read a magazine on it. And I didn't really want more copies of the physical magazine. So no, I didn't.
Well, Fred thinks that it's because Jon gets a magazine from Max Steel and Mexican Steel.
I don't know who those people are.
Well, okay,
let's move on. Yeah. Is that good?
I don't know. Phil Still said.
Phil Still. What does Phil Still say?
He gave an interview to, I think it was Herdat, and he said that Nebraska will be the second most improved team in college football this year. He also said, I'm very, very confident that this team gets to an 8 or 9 win season this year. This is a team that's geared to finally break through. I mean,
what do you think of that?
You know what I think? I think that it's really amazing that we are on the lips of most of college. They can't deny us. We're knocking on the door.
What do you guys in the comments think? Are we going to get to 8 or 9 wins? Or is everybody so beat up? They're like, I want to see it first before I make any predictions. Come on.
I think
give us the comment.
I think everyone's expecting us to get to 7 wins, right? By the time we get to Ohio, I think. And then, so 9 wins seems like that's doable. Nebraska football, the voice of college football, says 8-4. And then Jason Reeves says we're winning 16, damn it. It's going to will that to happen.
Ooh, he college football guy, voice of college football guy, Justin, I assume, also says first loss to Rutgers. I think that Rutgers could be a tough, gritty game because they're going to play good defense, and we're going to kick their ass anyway. I do have a question for people. I have a question for people, and I'm going to ask this question repeatedly until we get to the season. If Nebraska gets good, which approach? I know which approach I'm probably going to take, but which approach do you think is more appropriate? Should we act like we've been before, or if we get to 7-0, like some people are predicting, should we start taking revenge upon those people that have made fun of us the last 20 years? Because I've written them down, all their names.
Everybody. That's a long list.
In other words, should I be the most insufferable Nebraska bastard son of a bitch ever if we get good? Or should I take a calm, mild approach to this?
Never. I have an idea.
It's pretty stupid to ask, isn't it?
No, I have an idea.
So you have an idea?
Yes, you have this list, right? And it's long, right? You take it and
I think it includes most of the world at this point, actually.
This is my bathroom video. And this is what I think of you guys. And you flush it down the toilet.
Okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get. Vince Watson says long season and youth at key positions. Well, I think you mean youth at quarterback. I don't know anywhere else we really have that much youth, do we?
I
I mean, our
mean,
offensive line looks pretty seasoned. Our
oh yeah.
receivers look like they have a lot of experience. Our defensive line is very experienced. Last year I brought this up before, but last year they played like 26 guys on defense most games. They played just so many people on defense to get everybody experience in the first year. I don't know, other than quarterback, where we're very inexperienced. So,
Yeah.
what are you
I think
talking
you're
about,
right.
Vince? Where else? Where else are we very experienced? By the way, I work daily with a Penn State guy, and
Oh,
and I work remote 98% of the time. Every one of our Zoom meetings, every one of our Google Meet kind of meetings, Google, what is it, chat or no, Google Meet. He puts a freaking, come on, what is it, background up that has
Penn State.
some headline of Nebraska getting beat by Penn State. And that's the kind of shit I've had to endure. And if we get good, that's exactly what I'm going to be thinking about, is revenge. That's it. It's not healthy for your soul, but I'm pretty sure I could like go to confession in February after football season, cleanse my soul or something, or sacrifice some chickens, or maybe I don't know, make
Well,
fun of
okay.
Iowa more.
Vince Watson clarifies. He says wide receiver, linebacker, running back are all inexperienced, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: we actually do have a lot of experience, also. So it's mixed.
Well, we have
We'll have to see.
Nair and Banks at wide receiver. Those are two experienced guys. Running back, we have Gabe Irvin back. That guy's been around for a while. Ramir Johnson, he's been around
Ramir
for a while.
Johnson.
Emma Johnson got a full year of experience last year.
Yep.
Who am I missing?
The guy that transferred, that we don't know very much about.
Or Oregon's
Dante Dowdell.
Yeah. So
yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of depth.
Linebacker, you might be right.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm glad you're here, Justin. By the way, thanks for joining us. We should have him on as a guest sometime.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Stefan Thompson, he transferred in. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, we're doing pretty good. I can't wait for the season to get here. Yesterday it was 46 days, 45 days and counting, guys.
Really? Oh my God, the time is going quick. Justin says I would love that. So you need to make we need to figure out when we're going to have him on.
We'll have our people get in contact with your people.
Okay. Ramsey, I was going to have Ramsey Nasrallah on last night, and he sent me a message. I literally created the stream and the article, and he sent me a message right when I created it that I think he's in Greece right now. I'm not 100% sure, but he said where he's at, he basically got hit by a tornado. It wasn't a tornado, but I guess whatever Greece may have for tornadoes, and all his power was out, so he had to postpone that. I'm trying to get a UCLA guy. What?
Did you know that I just flew in last week and my modem got hit by lightning right before the show?
Really?
Yeah. So I was able to somehow rig something up and actually do the show. So I don't think that's a good excuse.
You know what this is? Well, he said he could do it on a mobile, and I said, no, I don't want you to do it on a mobile because I want you, I want the full Ramsey experience. So he is the Ohio State guy. I do want to talk about Ohio State. I have a UCLA guy I'm hoping to talk to. I have to talk to an Iowa guy. So Scott Docterman will be on coming up, I think on the 29th on Monday night. Who's doing this to us, Minnie? You know who's doing this evil?
What's the evil?
The breaking your modem. Sending a tornado to Greece. Satan! That's who! Satan is doing it to keep us from getting the good word out about Nebraska football. That's what's going on. There's evil afoot.
Oh my gosh. There's evil at play.
So you need to, like, I don't know.
It won't stop us.
Wear a crucifix or something.
We're still going to get the good word out because it is our mission.
It is our mission.
Jon, just real quick before we head out, I just wanted, let's see, on, what is this, zero drops with a bad QB. Oh, I don't know why I actually started that.
Well, basically he's saying last year Jamal Banks caught every ball thrown to him with a shitty QB quarterback. So
thank you.
We'll see. I hope that, last year we picked a lot of good players, but we didn't pick the right quarterback. And this year, I hope we picked a lot of players to come in that are, were talent evaluated properly, and we win 10 games. I'm thinking 9 or 10 games because, because I really want to exact revenge on people. That's what I want. This is what the season is about. Is Jon exacting revenge on everybody that's given me shit for years. Making them, making them weep until blood comes out of their eyeballs. They run out of tear ducts stuff and then just blood. Just, oh God. Stop.
Are you also talking about your rotten son too?
Well, he has a mother that loves him. He has a mother that loves him that, lives with me. And
okay. So just everybody else.
Yeah. Plus we don't play Minnesota this year.
Yeah, that's true. All right. On Stephon Thompson, Jason Reeves says Thompson could be huge or somebody else is going to surprise us. And then Nebraska football, the voice of college football, says he will be one of our best on defense, in my opinion. He's so versatile, great linebacker for the 3-3-5. So
then this guy comes in here and makes this comment. Look at this comment right when we're about done.
Whew. I didn't see it.
Colorado gonna work Nebraska from Rad ZX10 Daddy.
Oh, isn't that just a fun thing?
I don't see what anybody sees in Colorado. EA Sports College Football ranked Shadir and Travis Hunter as the number 1 and 2 players, and they did that for marketing purposes. Obviously, they're not the number 1, 2 players. I think Travis Hunter is a very special player. I don't see where people are thinking that Colorado is going to have a great season at all, because I think they're just they don't have any depth. They have some very good talent at certain positions, but they don't have really good depth. They don't have. If Colorado works Nebraska, I'll be happy to. I don't know what I'd do for that.
Well, the thing is that their offensive line is all new. They might be good, but I mean, an offensive line, in order to be really good, you have to have that experience together. So I'm glad that we're going to that. Are you going to that game? You're going to that game.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Nebraska couldn't hold out a bad CU team with a bad O-line. That was the beginning of last year in the first year of a coach, after we've had a bad team for years. And mostly we lost that game due to turnovers. Did you see who they brought in? No, I didn't track everybody. But I know that when Deion Sanders stands up and people leave his program and he makes fun of them for being backups, that's not how you build a football team. So
it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke.
As Justin points out, the voice of college football, they have only 82 scholarship players. They've been under all season. It's just, we're going to find out in September. I guess we're going to talk. I hope, and I look forward to talking a lot of smack with Colorado fans before this game.
Oh,
because, I think we're just going to kick the shit out of you, 78-5 or some damn thing.
Hey, and James Boardman brings up a good point. He says, Jon, you actually could win a race. In a foot race between Jon and Dion, Jon would win by half a foot. Or is it half a toe?
That's a very good comment. There you go. This. Oh my God. Okay.
That's a good one. Well, that's all I got for you guys tonight.
Is it? That's it?
That's it. That's it. Pretty painless, right?
Oh my God. My family is taking a party bus to the game from the lake. What lake? Hop in. We will have the karaoke. I don't know if anybody wants me singing either.
Oh, definitely. We want that. We do, trust me.
All right. So it is what? What is today?
Today is the 18th. July 18th.
The season grows closer. You know, the Big Ten Media Days is next week. And that usually generates some excitement. You know, it's how this goes. There's so many people that drop off when it's not college football season. There are so many people that just drop off the landscape. They drop off the, you know, they just leave. And then they start coming back around the beginning of August when fall camp begins. So there you go. It's going to be interesting. I think this is going to be a very fun year. One way or another, it's your choice. You know?
Jon, everyone's in on listening to you do karaoke because Jason Reeves points out you know every song ever, and karaoke could be fun.
Oh
if he doesn't know the song, he will make up the words.
That's true.
Are you a lyrics person? Or are you like, can you pick out a song just by the music?
What do you mean?
So my kids love to play this game with me where they hum a song.
Yeah.
And I can never guess it just on the music.
Well, that's because they're kids and they're humming badly. You can tell them I said that.
Guess it. Can you guess it just on like just the music only?
Well, yeah.
Or do you need lyrics?
Yes. No, I don't need lyrics.
I can't even guess happy birthday.
James Boardman says Jon would sing anything from the Circle Jerks.
That's true.
You know, I have since joined a punk group on Facebook where these people post punk bands from the 80s. And I realized that, you know, Darby was with the Germs. Darby was not with the Circle Jerks. He was with the Germs, and they only put out one album. Okay, so there you go. All right.
Yep, there you go. On that note, would you like to sing one of Darby's songs?
No.
Spine us out.
I don't know if you could call what they did singing, actually.
Screaming?
Yeah, it's kind of like I remember just the guy's name was Darby Crash, and I mean his was like yeah, because he was. I remember in the movie Decline to Western Civilization, his manager said the hardest thing to do is to get Darby to sing into the mic, because he was mostly just so wasted. And there you go. Okay. And you know what? Jason Reeves bring up, God damn it, those whippersnappers and their fucking auto-tune. And then this foreign guy, this evil person says you're going to be sad when CU walks in and takes the win. Well, if they do, I will be sad.
So sad.
And I'll probably, you know what? I'll probably burn something important. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen. We got your number this year.
Should I comment on this more about music, or should I let it go? Should we just go?
You have to now. No, you have to.
Okay. I follow a guy. I follow a guy named Rick Beato on YouTube, and he's got, I don't know, 2 million followers. He's an older guy like me, and he does a lot of music stuff. And he's fun because he was a producer and he can play music. I never learned how to play anything, and certainly not EA college football sports that I'm bad at. But he does videos about what makes this song great and what, you know, how is this song set up and stuff like that. like last week he did a video about why today's music is so bad, and I watched it for a while, and I thought, uh, is this a boomer take? I'm a baby boomer. I'm at the end of the baby boomers. He's an older guy. Like I said, is this a boomer take, or is he really right? And he talked about how, music is really crappy now because it's too easy to make. And back in the day, it was very difficult to make. Recording sessions were extremely difficult. Like miking a drum set, putting mics around a drum set and recording it was very difficult. Now you can sample everything. They actually played guitar. And I sent this to my son, and my son that is the singer, and he plays music all the time, not the rotten son. And I said, "Is this a boomer take?" And we had a long discussion about it. And I think it was somewhat of a boomer take. I think he made some really good points about music being too easy. And a lot of the pop music today, it's really just shit. It's really crappy stuff because of the auto tune. Like the biggest stars in the music industry, they're crappy. And they do a lot of stuff like Taylor Swift. Let's pick on Taylor Swift. Does she actually sing her songs?
Let's not, because she writes all of her songs.
She does, but does she sing them when she's
fantastic.
at concerts? Does she sing them, or does she actually?
I'm sure she does. I mean, it's not like she has any vocal. Like none of her songs are actually vocally challenging.
That's true. That's true.
She's not known to be like the best singer. It's just that she's a fantastic songwriter. She can tell.
I'm not picking her for not being talented. Certainly, she's talented to get as big as she is. But I just, it seems to me that, like, for example, the Super Bowl, when we pick the Super Bowl singers now, they appear to be more performers than actual musicians.
Yeah, that's true.
They lip sync, they dance, they do all this stuff, but they don't actually play instruments or things like that.
Yeah, no, I think
that was my thing about.
Oh, go ahead. Well, the first person that it became blatantly obvious for me was Britney Spears. I mean, everything sounded so computerized.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm a Stevie Nicks fan.
Okay. Anyway, Rick Beato did this piece, but a whole bunch of other people responded to him that were younger people that, were also musicians on YouTube. And I think the thing about that is it gave me, because they responded. That's the thing you do on YouTube is you go, you do a video and then other people react to it. And because all these other musician people reacted to it, they started showing up in my feed too. And I thought they also made really good points. One of them was a speed metal guy, and I think he was from like Finland or Denmark. And he was talking about the fact that he worked so hard to put out a record. But when it came time to actually have anybody listen to it, he lived in a small town. And there was nobody, there was no way to get his record out into the world.
Of course.
And now he has Spotify. Now he has Spotify, and now he has the internet. Now he has YouTube. And at one point in my life, for a very brief time, I was an extreme metal guy. I'm not a really extreme metal guy anymore. But, there is a group, there are people that love that music, and he has an audience now because of the internet and the changes and all that stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this, but, music, I think it's always, number one, it's always generational to a certain extent. Like the Rolling, I don't know why, like my kids they don't like the Beatles. And to me, that's like some kind of sin of how can you not like the Beatles? Every kid who ever learns music goes through a Led Zeppelin phrase. I think Fishbone, that most people don't know who they are, is the greatest band ever. I've seen them live a few times, and they were the greatest live band I've ever seen by far. My kids all hate Fishbone with a passion. And then he brought up auto tune, and I think a lot of the auto tune is just really, you're just making stuff up now. You're just making it so anybody can be a good singer. Maybe that's what I should just. I think. Well, you know what we should do? We should just have a show where we auto tune ourselves.
Okay, Jon, did you know that maybe like a month or two ago, that we were talking about possibly like what if we changed the AC/DC song in the third, after the third quarter,
Yeah.
instead of Thunderstruck, people were trying to come up with a better song. And I wrote a song.
Oh, you did?
You didn't know this. Well, I stole the music part, because remember, I can't do music. I
Right.
stole it from Ozzy Osborne, Black Sabbath's. What
Okay.
song is it? I forget the name of the song. Anyways, if I could auto-tune, I would so sing the song. But I'll read you the lyrics.
Okay.
Huskers gathered in our cornfield, waiting for the chance to rebuild. Pain and suffering remembered. Tonight our weapons have been chambered.
All right.
Defeat opponents as the game plays. The fans are here to stay, they won't sway. Coach Rule, our savior, here to remind Nebraskans of our ties that will bind. Touchdown, yeah. Yeah. War Pigs. That's the name of the song. War Pigs.
Yes. Okay. Did
Wasn't
somebody
that pretty
write that?
good?
Yes,
I wrote
it was. We could figure out how to. We need to figure out how to put some of this stuff together.
Well, Nebraska football at the Voice of College Football, he says, no, keep Thunderstruck. That doesn't fire anyone up. Okay, think of it like this.
Then he said this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I just needed to get into it a little.
It's hard to do this when
And Jason also says, yeah, that was horrifically awesome. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so go, Rick Beato on YouTube. He's fun to watch for the music stuff. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are, they make good content.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, I'm going to finish this with a terrible story because Jason Reeves brought this up. And, oh God, I probably shouldn't tell this story, but what the hell? So Paint It Black, obviously, is, it's been ruined for me forever because of an incident that occurred in college when I was in the dorm at Schramm. One night, one of my friends hooked up with a young lady, and they were, it was one of those things where the guy, you come in and your roommate says, could you leave for a little while? And you go, why? Okay, I'll leave for a little while. And that happens, well, the thing is they passed out in the bed together. And then one of my other friends goes into the room while they're passed out and takes black spray paint and spray paints them. And we have no idea, other than he was a drunk fool, why he did this. But later on, unfortunately, what we all did was we changed the words to Paint It Black to, I think it was a whole song we had, but I saw two bodies there. I had to paint them black. And then it went into this whole bunch of shit about what happened that night. And that song has been ruined. Paint It Black has been ruined forever because of that incident. And there you go. We should probably end the night on that story.
That sounds awesome. Sounds fun too. All right. So good night and see you next week. And go Big Red. And Jon?
Go Big Red. What was I supposed to say? I forgot.
Paint It Black.
Is that it?
Yeah.